Here we go. Hello, YouTube comic book community. How is it going? Appreciate everybody being here tonight. We've got a little bit of a comic book community awards update. It's been about 2 months since we last checked in on the 2024 comic book community awards. So I figured we'd do an update. We are about 6 weeks away. 6 weeks and a day away from nominations opening. So we're going to get into all the details. Been a couple little tweaks to some of the categories. No changes in the overall categories. Just really some tweaks in some of the wording of the categories. So we're going to get into all of those details. But before we do that, let's check in with the chat. We've got a bunch of people hanging out with us already, so appreciate you being here. Lucretius is here earlier today. Appreciate you. Rich Comic Cap Collectibles is here. The Comic Vet. Tony's here. John is here. Kyle, thanks for being here. I know Friday. We're doing a little bit early on a Friday night. We've got some other standing shows that go off on Friday night in the mix. Usually have Biggie Shack. You've got the Low Grade. You've got In the Hunt. Bunch of stuff that goes on Friday night. So I wanted to kind of get this in and not hopefully not interfere with anybody else streaming, but hard to do these days with so many great channels and streams in the community. But 23 is here. Appreciate you being here. DJ is here. Thank you, DJ. Appreciate you being here. And like I said, check out In the Mix tonight at 9. Cliff is here. Good to see Cliff. Dale. Captain Comics Cap. We got 2 Caps with us tonight. Robert is here. Robert, appreciate you being here. C-Bizzle in the house. Seeing a lot of 2023 nominees and folks in the chat. Durs. Hope you are doing well. Hope your Friday night is going well. The Council is here. Our 2023 winner for Best Comedic Channel. Congrats to those guys still. So yeah, we're going to get into it a little bit. I'm first going to share the Comic Book Community Awards website, cbcawards.org. And that's where we're going to keep up all of the, updates for this year's awards. So we've already updated all of the changes that we're going to discuss tonight. So everything is here on the website. So definitely go check that out. I wanted to remind everybody that we have sponsorships for the 2024 CBC Awards. That helps with funding all of the trophies and mailing and all of those things. And so we already have a number of sponsors already. So wanted to kind of just highlight them. And where's my slider here on my web page here? There we go. Wanted to recognize the sponsors that we have on board already. So Comically Comics Podcast, of course, myself, DJ Links, Just Your Average Geeks, Legion of Comics, and Trev, the Shipping Guru. And if you just hover over here, all of their channels and podcasts and that are linked. So if you need to go, if you're not familiar with any one of the sponsors, you can definitely go check them out. All have YouTube channels, so definitely go check them out. And then this is the complete website too. We have all of the previous awards from 2021, 22, 23. We have an about page that gives you all of the details and the kind of the rules of the CBC Awards. And so there's a suggestion box as well. If you want to reach out to me, you can also do that on Instagram. And we have a YouTube live stream schedule. So if you click on that, I can show you that real quick. That'll bring you to a schedule of YouTube live streams. So if you'd like to be added to that schedule, please let me know. We can link up your channel there as well. So, but this is basically where most of the updates going forward will be as we get into the nomination period and all of those things. It'll be here on the CBC Awards website as well as Instagram. So CBC Awards on Instagram at CBC Awards. So if you want to go go, follow us over there if you're not already. Just check in. Chat. Kenneth is here. The Great Legend Show. Good evening. Appreciate you being here. 80s guy is here. So that is the CBC Awards website. I think most are familiar. That's where we're going to be doing, where you'll go to vote for your nominations and for the finalists as we get into that later on this year. But now let's talk about the overall schedule. Nothing's changed here for this year. We have, though, from last year, we've condensed the schedule. We've shortened the nomination period. We've shortened the finalist voting period. And we're actually doing the announcing the winners the first Saturday of November. Previous years, we've done that in December. So it's a little bit of a condensed schedule to hopefully kind of just continue to build momentum with the awards. And that was some of the feedback that we had from last year, that the voting period was too long. And so we shortened that up. So we kick off in about 6 weeks from tomorrow. June 15th is actually the Saturday of Heroes Con, but we'll be opening up nominations on that Saturday, and they'll run for it's 8 weeks until August. Finalists will be revealed on August 23rd, and then we'll go into the finalist voting period again, another 8-week block, and then we will crown the winners, announce the finalists, the winners on November 2nd. So. That is the overall schedule. But now let's talk a little bit about the changes. And really, like I said, we've already went over the categories. We just tweaked some of the wording. So there was some feedback from the community when we did our update 2 months ago. And then there was a number of suggestions from the committee that helps me, kind of shape the awards. And so these are the tiered awards, and these 5 categories are all the same for each of the subcategory tiers. So we have favorite channel, we have best unboxing, haul, or video series, best collaborative project. Now, this is where we changed it, and we had some different definition of it. This is just simply 2+ hosts. So if you have an interview show, if you do a stream where you have 2+ hosts, it can fall into this category. So we wanted to kind of simplify that category. Best speculation comic investing content, Keep Specking Award in remembrance of Empire Comics. No change there. Best ongoing series, reoccurring series, minimum of 12 issues. So a series that at least does an issue, a month, basically. So that is the 1 to 999 sub tier. And then from the 1,000 to 5,000, it's the same 5 categories. Again, the only tweak there is on the 3rd category, best collaborative project. It's 2+ hosts. So hopefully that just clarifies it for everybody. And then the same thing for 5,001 subs plus. Same 5 categories: favorite channel, best unboxing, haul, video, or series, best collaborative project, best speculation comic book investing content, and then best ongoing series. So, yeah. So like I said, the only real change was this 2+ host, just to kind of clarify that. Hopefully that will make sense to everybody. And if it doesn't, for whatever reason, certainly reach out. If there's any type of clarification that is needed before you begin to submit your nominations in June, we can, I can answer them, or if there's something that's, I need to take back to the committee, we can certainly do that. So, yeah. So James, that's certainly something we can add next year. We're kind of obviously locked in for this year at this point. But I've already started to take suggestions for next year, maybe tweaking some categories or adding some additional categories. So we can certainly put that in the wish list for 2025. So I'll take a quick note of that. So I had that because I know certainly auctions are a big part of the community as well. YouTube, Instagram, and all the other platforms. So I'll take a note of that. So let's move on to the next set of categories. Couple changes here. So biggest channel supporter. Last year, this was defined as kind of an open, it could be a creator. So it was Blue Wrench, fan, overall supporter, and could have been a content creator. So the feedback from the community and the discussion with the committee was to make it non-creator, right? We have 29 other different categories that creators can get recognized in. So we wanted to recognize the fan, right? The person, the fan, the supporter, because we've all seen them on our channels that they don't create their own content, but they are in everybody's chats. They're liking, they're commenting, they're supporting, and so we wanted to recognize a non-creator in this category. I think one category is probably not enough, but that's where we are today. But we wanted to recognize a non-content creator. So that was one of the changes. Tyler, he's steady. He's got a steady course of complaining. Favorite community: hands, mustache, facial hair, or hair. That hasn't changed. We have the hand talkers community covered. We've got the facial hair and the hair, right? If there's a female creator who has beautiful hair, and we want to recognize that this falls into that category. So we shouldn't only be looking at the the mustaches and the beards. We can certainly look at the at the hair. And if some female out there has a mustache or a beard, well, then we'll I guess we'll go with it. Favorite community artist is our next category, and the little may not be taking commissions and doing work for others. We're just looking for somebody who's been published, and not an indie published Kickstarter. Something that's more of a some of the bigger publishers, Marvel, Image, DC, that type of thing. But if we have somebody who's on the fringe, if we think, well, we need clarification, certainly let us know. We'll bring it back to the committee and can clarify that for you, because my understanding is from the feedback from the committee and community that there was a lot of confusion about this category. Last year our winner was Geek Out for Roscoe, and so a great community artist with so many others. So we really just want to recognize the talent on the artist side. So best comic review. That hasn't changed. So best comic book review, channel that consistently reviews comic books, right? So we want to see a body of work there, not just somebody who does a one-off. We really want to see somebody who's consistently, reviewing books or series, over time. So, and that goes for a number of the next couple categories. Best statue or toy review. So that was a tweak that we made in the beginning of the 2024 awards. We add toy review or unboxing, because I know there's a lot of channels that do. Statue is tricky because some of the statues can be very expensive, and maybe maybe some channels don't have the ability to do reviews of statues or buy statues. So we want to include the toy review so that we can kind of widen that category out and make sure we're including as many channels as possible. So checking in with the chat. Yes. Yeah. And then that's one of the things that, we try to recognize community members that we've lost. And I know there was some recent news about, condolences to family and friends. So, yeah. So just checking in with the chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. Collection down. Good evening. Appreciate everybody being here. Let's see. Yeah.
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Oh.
My son walking by. So next set of categories: best omnibus review, a channel that consistently reviews omnibuses. again, there's really no change in that category. But again, we want to see somebody with a body of work reviewing omnibuses. Best cleaning, pressing, or comic restoration content. Again, no change in this one. Channel that demonstrates cleaning, pressing, or restoration techniques. So somebody who's actually doing the work on their channel, showing their techniques, or discussing it, reviewing it. There are a number of channels that do spotlight, pressing and cleaning. Best community hangout live stream. So this is a new category this year. So this is for those kind of streams that are just really hangout streams, right? That are, and the criteria there is a stream that supports community involvement or stream or in chat. So we have a number of different hangout streams. Legion of Comics has a Friday stream. Comic Journey does a stream where Insomniac Theater, where he's got a lot of people coming on, kind of an open invite. So that's, in my mind, that's the kind of stream that I'm thinking about, those open invite streams where you have just a group of people coming on and chatting about, things in the community and involving the chat and taking questions or, feeding off the chat and things like that. So that's kind of I think it's well defined, but if there's any clarification that is needed, please, reach out or reach out to me, or, if I need to bring it back to the committee, I can certainly do that. Best editing. This is a new category for this year. And best editing, right? Best, a channel that demonstrates, superior, highly skilled video, audio, and or voiceover skills, right? So I think we all who all content creators do some form of editing, whether it's on your phone, on a desktop, or on a laptop, and we all use different tools and programs and things. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, we really want to see the higher, the channels that are really showing off their editing skills, whether it's like I said, video, audio, music, things like that. So I'm sure there are channels that, when you think of best editing, come to mind. And this might be one of those channels. Drac is here, actual Dracula. Robin is here. Manny's here. Good evening. Appreciate everybody hanging out, being with us tonight. Bobby is here. Appreciate you being here. So best new channel. A channel that started creating comic-related content after August 2023. So this is a little bit changing the wording to better define it, right? The 2024 awards wrapped up in December. We're not kicking our awards off until June, but we wanted to be able to try to capture any new channels that have come on, since last year. And so the committee reviewed this and they decided that August of last year would be a good starting point for any new channel for the 2024 awards. So I think that's pretty, self-explanatory. Best unknown channel. Under 100 subs at the opening of the nomination period. So the nomination period begins June 15th. So, there are a number of, we have the other subcategories. And so there are times, and we've seen it in previous years, where somebody may be at 950 subs when nominations open and they get nominated in the under 1,000, then, the 1 to 999. But then by the time the award show rolls around or finalists are out, they may be over 1,000 subs. So, and those things happen. Numbers are constantly changing. People are typically adding subs, over month. And so we, we're I'm spot checking as the nominations come in. I'm kind of spot checking sub counts to make sure somebody isn't out of a category, or, if we're getting a best unknown channel that has 300 subs in June, that really doesn't make sense. So I'm spot checking it, but we wanted to kind of draw the line in the sand with that category. So let me know if there's any, clarification that is needed for that. Neil is here. Good evening, Neil. Most comedic content creator. So this was a tweak from most entertaining from last year. We last year was the first year that we had the most comedic, and this could be an individual creator. It could be a group of creators on a particular channel or series of streams. So I think that one is pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, like art, we all find different things funny. So that opinions may vary on which is the most comedic, but um, we'll leave that up to you guys. John, I think you're doing okay. I think you're doing okay, sub wise. But I can't vouch for anything else. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know. I know most of us have seen, you gain a few, you gain 5 subs, you lose 6, or the numbers sometimes with YouTube. But um, we'll we'll see how that goes. The next category is Comic Book Community Builder Award, creator that promotes, supports the community and its members. Right. So when I think of this category, I think of somebody who's going out of his or her way to highlight other community members, support the community, help the community grow. I think we have plenty of examples. I think of it, the old ambassador of the community type thing, right? I think most of us can come up with a few people that can fit that bill. Um, so that should be pretty self-explanatory. And then community channel of the year, obviously, somebody who's doing great work on their own channel, whether it's putting out very very watchable content or supporting the community. I think this is a combination for me, right? When I think of community channel of the year, the best channel, on YouTube, I'm thinking of a combination of things: entertaining, um, you know, um, um, certainly entertaining, but also supportive of the community in different ways, whether it's sharing people's streams on Instagram, shouting people out, whatever it may be. But that's what I think of it. I think of a well-rounded channel, a channel that's kind of doing a lot of different things very well. And then we have Comic Book Community Hall of Fame. So this was a tweak. This was the Lifetime Achievement Award, and we've made some changes to this. So now this is the Comic Book Community Hall of Fame. So all of our past Lifetime Achievement Award winners are now part of the Comic Book Community Hall of Fame. You can see those winners on the CBC Awards website. We have Reggie Collects, we have Comics with Bueller, and we have Comic Tropes. Those are our 3 previous winners, all well deserving channels. All kind of do different things in their own unique way. So, we're thinking of again a channel. In my mind, I think of a channel that is, active in the community, supporting the community, has a big body. Obviously, 5 years. I think for somebody on YouTube um, is a long time in creating content. So. That's why we moved that when initially was a 3-year period, and now we've bumped it to 5. And so because again we want to really just recognize, we want to recognize a really consistent channel, a body of work. And so um, and that's it. Those are the categories. Like I said, no, the categories themselves really didn't change. It was just kind of the clarifying piece of the categories that we worked on as the committee and feedback from the community. So um, let me just see. If there's any questions in the chat, certainly let me know. Yeah, let me know. And like I said, we're about 6 weeks away. June 15th, so Saturday, June 15th. Like I said, that is the Saturday of HeroesCon. Nominations will open, and I'm excited. I'm excited to kick off the awards. So, well, he was a big winner in year one, and year two. And he has left. Reggie has left streaming hasn't been active over the last couple months. Um, but he I don't think you can deny what he did when he was active, and who knows, he could be back shortly. It doesn't we all sometimes need to take a break sometimes. So all right, just checking the chat, making sure. Yeah. And then again, CBC Awards website. Definitely, all of the changes that we reviewed tonight are already up on the CBC Awards website, so you can go check them out if you need to look at them again. And you can look at any of the past year's awards as well. And again, just a big shout out to my sponsors so far this year: Comics Podcast, DJ Links, Just Your Average Geeks, Legion of Comics, and Trev the Shipping Guru. You can click on their links right here if you're not familiar with their channels. And like I said, we're continuing to look for sponsors for this year. The fee for sponsorship is $30. And like I said, what we do for the sponsorship is just recognize the sponsors here on the website. We'll do some shout outs during live streams. We'll highlight them on Instagram as well. So just for thanking them and helping hopefully get some more visibility on their channels. But we've got some heavy hitters already sponsoring. So but yeah, do appreciate that. Just helps fund the awards from the trophies and all of the things that we do, because it's when we have so many winners, and sometimes multiple winners in the categories, those trophies have to be paid for. So Comic Issues, appreciate you being here. Neil dropping links, thank you, appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, so I think that's really all I've got for you tonight. I'll just kind of see if we have any. I'm I'm not sure. He's been pretty radio silent since he it's been probably 2 months for him. So we'll see. Yeah, well, that Manny could be. Yeah, I think there's some people are have certain feelings or opinions about shorts, and how it could help grow channels. But that could be a category that we look at for next year's awards. Maybe doing something for the shorts category, because there are a number of channels that have had some real success with doing shorts. And though it's short, right? It's a short 15-second or the 60-second video. It still takes work to produce them and consistently produce them. So yeah, and that's one of the things Chris mentions here about the Only Slabs show that he's involved in getting nominations. Now this is the period, right? So I know some of the feedback in previous years was that people don't like to campaign for their channel or their show or whatever. But this is the time now. You've got 6 weeks before nominations open. So if you're one of those people that don't want to campaign when nominations and that are open, this is your period now, right? You've got 6 weeks. Throw it out, shout it out. That's one of the best things that you can do for the Comic Book Community Awards is just help share it on Instagram or mention it in one of your live streams. Just help spread the word. We're still trying to get all of the different pockets and corners of this community. There's so many little different, pockets of this community that, I seem to discover, a couple channels a week, new channels that weren't even on my radar. So definitely, sharing is one of the best things that you can do to help just spread the word. Kyle, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. So yeah, well, certainly, I've already taken notes about the James Willie's comment about auction and auction host. We'll throw shorts in there as well as suggestion for next year's award. So And that's the one thing I think. I think that we will, as the community evolves and goes and does different things, so will the awards. We'll try to, um, adjust with the community as things change year over year. So um, let's just see. Yeah, no, I think we I think when I filled out my nominations in the past or voted for the finalist, I think it's there's always channels that come to top of mind. You have your favorites, your channels that you regularly watch, or um, a creator that you connect with or you enjoy watching, and so I think that's what happens with nominations. But there are some people that go out and really kind of push for it and campaign, say go vote for me, which there's nothing wrong with that, right? But some people decide not to do that. So if you're one of those channels that doesn't do that, my suggestion would be, well, spread the word now before nominations open, and then you see where things fall. So, um, but yeah, I think if we don't have any other questions, we'll in the chat. I'll give everybody a second, 30 seconds or so, see if there's any other, and make sure I'm just not missing anything in the comments. Let me just scroll up. I think I got everything. But yeah, appreciate everybody being here. Neil, appreciate you dropping everybody's links. Nominations open June 15th. So this Saturday of Heroes Con. Heroes Con is the big June con, Father's Day weekend, but it'll kick off June 15th. Saturday, June 15th will be the nomination period. Let me run that back for you so everybody can kind of see the dates, because we've condensed the dates this year. So there's the nominations run for 8 weeks from mid June to early August. Finalists are revealed August 23rd, and then we have another 8-week block of finalist voting. So, and finalists, for those who are not familiar or don't remember, are the top 5 nomination getters in each category. And what we're going to do too this year, that I forgot to mention, about halfway through, we're going to publish. So, probably first or second week in July, we will publish a list of the active nominated channels so that everybody can see it. And maybe there's a channel that you weren't familiar with or kind of didn't think about, so that everybody can see the nomination list. So, but yeah, no, I appreciate it. And again, I've said it in the past, I'm just kind of the bean counter, right? I collect the nominations, and it's really the community that drives this. And I want it to be, continue to be community driven, and try to, make sure that we're inclusive of everybody in the community, with the awards. So, always happy to get your suggestions or feedback. Hit me up on Instagram or send me an email through the contact page on the CBC Awards website. Happy to field suggestions. Already, I've already started the 2025 notes of suggestions that have already come in. So, yeah, excited. I'm excited. That first couple of days when nominations start rolling in are really exciting to see, who people are voting for and excited about. So, thank you, Robin. Thanks for subbing everybody up. Meatwad is here. Appreciate you being here. So I think that's about it. I'll wrap it up. We're 8:35. You've got about 25 minutes for Mr. DJ Links in the mix with a number of community members. Like I said, I think Biggie Shack. Well, we'll do here. Let's look at the schedule. Let's look at the CBC Awards schedule and see who's live on a Friday night. So Friday night, you've got Freaky Louie sometimes goes live. I know he hasn't been consistently going live. You have the Comic Book Crowd, which is the last Friday of every month. That's Anachronic Comics. You've got In the Mix at 9 o'clock. You've got Biggie Shack that usually goes live at 9 as well, with Collectors Club or Hangout. You have the Low Grades at 10, and then you have the Hunt at 11 p.m. So those are the channels that we have. And if anybody wants to be added, if you have a live stream that you regularly schedule, we can add that to our schedule. So just shoot me a message up on Instagram, and I'll get you guys added. So just checking in on the chat. Yeah, no, thank you again. Thanks to the community. Right, we couldn't do this without the support of all of the community members and everybody who's here tonight. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, the best thing that you can do for me and for the awards is really just share it. Share the Instagram post. I'm going to be posting more regularly on Instagram now that we're getting into the nomination opening. So just share it out, shout it out in your live stream. I have a couple quick little videos. If anybody needs the videos for promotion on their live stream, I can send that to you. Just hit me up as well. But again, really appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, well, if somebody from that auction wants to reach out to me, I can add that to the schedule. Just give me the details, and I can get that added to the schedule as well. So, yeah, Chris, I'll get you the video. But yeah, like I said, I think that's all I got for you tonight. Thank you so much. Again, thank you to all of the community members who continue to support this award show, and all of the sponsors from this year and past years. It really does, help keeps my wife killing me and spending all of my own money on the award. So, and I'll be doing my due diligence again, reaching out to different companies in the comic book space and see if we can get some donations or support from them as well. So, but yeah, do appreciate everybody being here. Yep, Neil, I'll send it to you as well. Yes, yeah, please just let the host know, and anybody, that goes for anybody. If anybody has a live stream that needs to be added to that schedule, it's just another resource that we wanted to add to the website to help keep awareness on all of the great live streams and content that's being produced for the comic book community. So, but yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Appreciate everybody being here. We'll leave you with something. We'll leave you with one of the videos from last year, CBC Awards. Let me see what I got for you. I'm scrolling through my videos here. Why don't we hear from Mr. Biggie Shack? Have a great night, everyone. Thanks again.
Hello, everybody. This is Shaq Tunney, the president of the Comic Book Collector Club. I've been brought here to talk about the Comic Book Community Awards. Now, the Immortal Biggie Shaq and the Comic Book Collector Club was not part of these finalists. And it's probably the Immortal Biggie Shaq's fault in the first place, because he says derogatory things. He tells people they're pussies and they can suck his D, and circle jerking, you often get wet, things of those nature. I'm just here as a professional president of the Comic Book Collector Club, Shaq Tunney, state that the Comic Book Collector Club does not support those comments made by Biggie Shaq. Okay? And he would like to wish everybody good luck in your awards. Thank you. This has been Shaq Tunney.